this special edition of Blank Surfaces. In this episode, I will be interviewing Helmut Wolfe from Wolfe Entertainment Germany on his Wave of Love festival.
I met Mr. Lance Britt maybe now 3-4 years ago via one of our artists, a world-class jazz drummer, George A. Johnson Jr. Now George has been with me for a good 15 years now.
We'll be learning more about Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway from the owner, Bob Lowery, his support for the Wave of Love Festival, and his involvement with the youth in racing.
Let's get a picture, Lance. We here at Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway has had a partnership with Lance for a long time. His hard work in working with young people and also getting them ready to do interviews and stuff. Because it's one thing to win a race, but next thing you know, you're in front of a camera having to talk to millions of people, and Lance has done a great job in that. We have seen little girls and little guys, come up to the podium after they have won, and they carry themselves like little adults. So it's our privilege to partner with Lance in anything he's doing to help this world and to share that love. And so don't forget, partner with us, and we'd appreciate it.
We'll be revisiting a classic episode of Blank Surfaces where Addy Miller interviews John Demers about his Rusty Bucket Kids TV show.
So, how'd you guys get the idea of time travel as an idea?
Well, boy, you really do have good questions.
Yeah.
I've always, as a kid growing up, liked time travel, trains, and history. In school, history was my best subject. If it had been my way, it would have been my only subject.
I love representing North Carolina Clean Hope, but I also love Children's Research Hospital, St. Jude's. St. Jude's is a hospital that kids go to when they're sick. And we raise money for St. Jude's, and I wanted to do a lemonade stand to raise a lot more money for St. Jude's on a summer day. And I visited St. Jude's when I was Coastal Cape Fear. But now I'm North Carolina Queen of Hope, and I love visiting St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Thank you.
Welcome back. Here is my interview with Helmut Wolfe, founder, Wolfe Entertainment Germany. Mr. Wolfe, what inspired you to create Wolfe Entertainment Germany?
So what inspired me was I worked at a couple of labels before doing A&R, so artists and repertoire, finding artists for the labels. And I really watched both labels not treating the artists fairly, not paying them correctly, not paying them on time, not paying them at all. And I really wanted to do something different that is fair, that is open, and the artists know exactly what's going on in terms of their payment and what they receive. And so I started because of frustration, and I wanted to do it right. And we are now almost 11 years old, and I'm very proud what we have created so far, and I'm very proud of the roster of the artists that we have. Something special about our contract is that each of the artists can leave Wolfe Entertainment at any time they want to. I'm not holding anybody just because of a contract. So all the artists that are with Wolfe Entertainment are with us because they want to be with us, which is very important to me. So we all pulling the same direction. So that's a little bit the story.
That actually sounds really cool. We need more of that in the industry. I've been working with Lance since 2014. He started his company in 1978. He has a lot of the same fundamentals that you do. If you don't mind me asking, how did you meet Lance?
I met Mr. Lance Britt maybe now 3-4 years ago via one of our artists, a world-class jazz drummer, George A. Johnson Jr. Now George has been with me for a good 15 years now. Already before Wolfe Entertainment, I was working with him, and then when I started Wolfe Entertainment, he came across to the label, and he had been working with Lance a few years back. Lance organized some gigs for him or something, I think, and so George introduced me to Lance, and since then our relationship has grown. Lance helped us immensely in the promotion of the Wave of Love Festival, and he's very actively promoting our artists. So I'm very, very happy about our connection and our cooperation with and for each other.
Lance is very good at promoting people, and he gets one with the community. I can see how that works out for you both. Where did you get the idea of the Wave of Love Festival?
I had the idea of the Wave of Love Festival from when on New Year's the fireworks go off in New Zealand, in Australia, and like this around the world. And as the time moves on, the next firework goes off around the planet. And that's when I thought, what if we would do a concert in the same system? Start in New Zealand, go to Australia, and like this go around the world. And for many years I thought, well, I can't do this, I don't have what it takes. But then last year I thought, well, yes, we do. We have at Wolfe Entertainment artists all over the world, and so we created these concerts that follow each other in a timeline, creating an ongoing, it ended up to be a 22-hour ongoing live concert as it was going around the world. And it was so incredibly beautiful how the Wolfe Entertainment artists that took part, worked on it, did their performances, even though it was difficult, very often with COVID and concerts being cancelled and lockdowns and all of that, but it was amazing. We kind of pulled it off. And at the same time, what happened is we created this brand. And before I didn't have the name Wolfe, which is my name. It just came when I started working on it. It's like it's a wave of love, of music, festival going around the world. So WOLF is my name. And I said, well, that's a great name. So in that sense, we put this brand, Wolfe, Wave of Love Festival, onto the map last year. This year. And started last year. And we had first planned to do it in May, but then it was impossible because of COVID. So we finally did it September 18. And now we are doing post-production of all the concerts and do replays of all the concerts. And we're slowly also starting to look into next year how we're going to do it again. Maybe we change the format a little bit. It could be that maybe it's a 4-hour concert and not as many. And as the time will say, for example, if there's a 4-hour concert and then you go to 4 time zones further and do. So we're not totally sure yet, but we figured now that we have the brand introduced, and we had so much support of so many organizations that are from the heart and operating from love and caring for each other and being there for each other, all the good stuff. We had so many organizations that wanted to be part of the festival and were part of the festival, and so we're thinking of what's the best way of moving forward for next year.
It's quite beautiful what you guys are doing here. Music gets people together, and y'all are doing it in a really creative way. How can people get involved?
Look, people can get involved by contacting me. As I said, the first Wolfe was all Wolfe Entertainment artists or from related labels that we are distributing. And so I'm much more open next year to bring in bands that are not necessarily working at Wolfe Entertainment or with Wolfe Entertainment. So at some point we're going to open it up and have bands apply who want to be part of it. Obviously you can do it in your local community. You can introduce the concept of the wolf, and it's really about love, it's about caring, it's about doing good things. And I think we need a lot of that because there's so much crap going on in the world. So just contact us if you want to be part of the wolf for next year, or if you want to be part of promoting us, or if you want to be taking actions or throw a party or anything like this. Just contact us and we'll give you all support that we can.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wolfe. And for those of you who want to get involved, visit wavethelovefestival.com.
I am Brooke Norbury, and as part of my helping the Wolf spread the love and support, I am raising awareness and money for the National Autistic Society. As my brother is autistic and I've seen the work they do to help people with autism and other causes related to autism, and I would really love to help.
Now here is Addy Miller's interview with John Demers about the Rusty Bucket Kids TV show.
Hi, I'm Addy Miller.
Hi.
How long have you been in the business?
Good question. I started in the business when I was 11 years old, and I worked until I was about 16 or 17. I really don't remember. And then I left it until 1996. And then I started again, and I've been doing it ever since. So total time, oh, I don't know, maybe about 20 years or so.
Cool. What is it like to be working with everyone in the Rusty Bucket?
Oh, it's a blast. It's a family project. So I'm getting to work with my wife, as well as my 2 children, and then a bunch of other great kids, great actors, and a wonderful production team.
Okay. So how are the cast doing?
The cast is doing really well. As I mentioned, I have a son and a daughter who are very, very talented, who are both are leads in the show. And then we've got a number of other young actors that are also leads in the show. And they're great to work with. Everyone we work with is pretty local to the Raleigh area. That's one of the requirements we had, is that we worked our production personnel and our cast so that they could go home and sleep in their own beds at night.
Okay. So can you tell us anything that's coming up in it?
Well, of course, we've got the current show that's out, which is Lincoln Journey to 16. And we've got 2 more that we have scripts being written for, and I think I pick up a script today for the Thomas Edison program. At least I think it's the Thomas Edison program. So I'm supposed to pick that script up today, and I'll get a chance to look at it. And there's also a Christmas movie being put together for the Rusty Bucket Kids as well.
Cool. So, can you tell us anything about any of the kids?
Well, I can. I'm going to tell you a little bit about a Keane Williams. He plays the part of Miles in our show, and his mom and he and his family live in the Apex community. And we found him when our director went out and was looking for some extras, just some regular family type folks who would be background when we shot our street scenes. We have a couple of street scenes that are very wide, and we needed people in town, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Cub Scouts, all that stuff. And so while he was meeting with that group, the mother had her son with her. She had just, I think, picked him up from either dance class or something like that. And our director, Kevin McDermott, really liked the young man's look. And so he talked with the mother a little bit, and then talked with the boy, and found out that the boy was really very, very mediagenic, very friendly, to be with. And so the director worked a few little things with him right there, and decided that this kid had a lot of potential. So he brought him in and read him on camera, and then he had me come watch that footage. And then we had him come back, and then I was there in the room when he read against, I think it was either John Coleman or Roxanna, one of the other actors. And then we brought him back to read with the actor who was going to be his stepfather, Mark Roberts, who plays Nate Weaver, the town manager. And they clicked very well, got along very well, and so we cast him as a Keane Williams as Miles, the foster son to Nate Weaver. And it was really a great experience because he'd never, ever done acting before, you know. And so even though he was taking dance, this was a crossover for him, and he's a natural. He's really good.
This sounds interesting. So how'd you guys find the location for the Rusty Bucket?
Again, that's another really great question. I was actually not feeling very well about 2 years ago, and during that illness is when the idea for the Rusty Bucket came to me. And part of that idea was, as I walked the streets of Apex, if I was feeling good enough, I'd take walks. A lot of times, inevitably, I would stop and sit in the rocking chairs in front of the Rusty Bucket store in downtown Apex. And sometimes Mac, the proprietor, or Pam, the other proprietor, they'd come out, chat, maybe play a game of checkers on the barrel. And it just started to seem to me that my idea for the Rusty Bucket, which needed a home, was taking place then. And I remember one time I walked into the back of their store and I really wasn't feeling very well. And I specifically sat with Mac in the big chair in the back that you now see in our show as the Grandpa Peakson chair. And I said, I want to do this idea for a show for television, and I'd like to use your store as the home for it. And so he asked me a few questions, and then he brought his wife back to the back, and we sat and talked, and they said, sure, why not? And so that's really where it started, is that I realized now I had a home for my idea. And so I started writing a lot. And that's where the Rusty Bucket location and the place came from.
Okay, nice.
Hi there, I'm Joe Zaso, and I'm helping Samantha over here raise awareness for Canines for Warriors.
Hi, I'm Samantha Beining, and I am working with the Wave of Love Festival, and spreading the love for Wolf with Canines for Warriors is one of the organizations.
Go, folks. Tune in, please.
So how'd you guys get the idea of time travel as an idea?
Well, boy, you really do have good questions.
Yeah.
You know, I've always, as a kid growing up, liked time travel, trains, and history. In school, history was my best subject. If it had been my way, it would have been my only subject. But so those three things were things that I wanted to bring into the project. So I have my train, I have traveling through time, and of course, I have the history, because we're going back and we're looking at real historical events, real people in their teenage years. And so, you know, that's really, with those three things in it, then I was just really happy. And of course, how we got to time travel was, you know, we're using our train as our vehicle to pass through time. You know, we have a little statement we say about the show. It's like, think Back to the Future meets the History Channel. So that's how we kind of pitch it when we talk to people.
Can you tell us any historical people that they'll meet soon?
Well, in the pilot right here, you will meet 15-year-old Abe Lincoln, played by Scott Andrew Taylor out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. He does a superb job. He is the exact height and weight of Lincoln at that age. And if you watch, you will really begin to see that, wow, I can see a beard on this man, and I can see him older and see him as the 16th president. And of course, the title of the show is Lincoln Journey to 16, because he's 15 at the time. He's going to turn 16, and he becomes our 16th president. So it's a real neat title.
So how long did it make you guys come up with the Rusty Bucket and write it?
The writing took about 4 weeks once it was started from the idea that was written on a 3-page treatment. It took 4 weeks to flesh out the script, and we shot the show in 16 days. Long days.
How'd you guys find Roxana and John Coleman?
That was really easy. As my children, they were easily tapped. I said, you're working, and you're working. They were my initial ideas for the two character leads, but I actually was not planning to have them be the leads. I was going to allow the director and our youth talent development person, Kevin McDermott, see if those were really the two kids to play the leads. When you think of working together as a family, in this business it's always kind of hard. It's rare that you see families working together, but when you do, a lot of times it works out really well. I think of families like the Osmonds. Although they didn't do a lot of acting, they were entertainers. There are a lot of family entertainment groups that seem to come about. Another group I think of that I know are the Von Trapp family. If you haven't heard of The Sound of Music, you should go see the movie. It's really, really good. But the Von Trapps were family singers, and of course they had a story turned into a movie about them. But they were really a family, and they really sang, and they still do. And getting to know them, I realized there was just a lot of value if I was going to raise a family in a business where you work long hours and long days and you're away from family. Then I really wanted to have a business in which my whole family could work. Now, whether they were the leads in the show, I didn't know, but I knew that being the producer, the creator, and the owner, that at least I'd be able to put them in there somewhere. I mean, I see plenty of movies, and there are plenty of people out there that are really big stars that got a start because of a family member. There's an actor named Nicolas Cage who got a start in acting because Francis Ford Coppola, his uncle, gave him a shot. It's like he said, he couldn't get any door open, but then he was able to get Francis Ford to open a door, and that helped Nicolas Cage start his career. But my point is that I wanted a family operation. I wanted a family unit to work on this project so that we could be together these long hours. And the idea was that my wife would work in it, my children would work in it, and I would work in it. And actually that's what's happening. They're all very involved. My wife has been involved in helping with some of the financing. I've been involved with keeping the show ideas on track and in the right direction, and promoting the show. And John Coleman and Roxana have been doing a good job being leads, and then continuing to go out and make the personal appearances and promote the show to get it where we want it.
What do you think all the kids that will watch this think about, everything?
I think what they're going to walk away from the most is probably they will have learned actually something, and they may not have known it. I've had people see the pilot now and seen the episodes dealing with Lincoln, and they've gone, oh, I bet he didn't have footprints on the ceiling. I bet he didn't have to walk that far really to school. And then we start saying, oh, everything in there is historically accurate. The only thing not accurate are the two people that went back in time. But everything else, his seeing slave situations during that time when there wasn't supposed to be slavery in his state, all of that is historically accurate. So I think what they're going to walk away from is, I learned a little something about history, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway is the nicest faith-based, family-friendly short track in the world. Now here's Bob Lowery, the owner, to tell you more.
Hello folks, my name is Bob Lowery, owner and promoter of Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway. It's the nicest faith-based, family-friendly short track in the world. Folks, being called the world's nicest short track, that means that we've got folks from all over the world, Australia, Japan, that bring their car, they come here, they enjoy this racetrack, they go racing. They've actually come from Nova Scotia, Canada, all over the place. And that's why it's called the world's nicest short track. myself and my staff here at Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway believe in giving back. So we partnered with Second Blessings Community Outreach. And that is something we feel strongly about giving back to the community. And you yourself, if you're watching this video, it's important that you give back to the community with ways that only you can, you know, and everybody wants to do their part. So we appreciate what you do, and we appreciate what you're going to do in the future for Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway and also Second Blessings Community Outreach.
I am Brooke Norbury, and as part of my helping the Wolf spread the love and support, I am raising awareness and money for the National Autistic Society. As my brother is autistic and I've seen the work they do to help people with autism and other causes related to autism, and I would really love to help.
Being the owner of Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway, we see the opportunity to share the love of racing. We see the love of having families come together, and that's exactly what the world needs more of. And so my hopes and dreams is that through racing at this track, we can show the people that with love conquers a multitude of things. And so that's what we do here at Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway. It's an honor to be part of the Wave of Love Festival, to be able to share that message and partner with so many people from around the world. The Wave of Love Festival is just a great opportunity for folks to see what this world needs more of.
Hi there, I'm Joe Zaso, and I'm helping Samantha over here raise awareness for Canines for Warriors.
Hi, I'm Samantha Beining, and I am working with the Wave of Love Festival, and spreading the love for Wolf with Canines for Warriors is one of the organizations.
Go, folks. Tune in, please.
Here at Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway, we share racing with so many young people, and young people get involved here as young as 8 years old, and they start there. But what that does is show them discipline, it shows them the competitive side too, but at the same time it shows them camaraderie of helping out, helping other little racers, having their parents be involved. It's a great family-friendly sport that shows them that hard work pays off.
Y'all let me hear you race fans here.
Yeah, it feels good to me too, sitting in that car that long.
Come on,
Good job, baby.
Day in and day out. Let's get a picture, Lance. We here at Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway has had a partnership with Lance for a long time. His hard work in working with young people and also getting them ready to do interviews and stuff. It's one thing to win a race, but next thing you know, you're in front of a camera having to talk to millions of people, and Lance has done a great job in that. We have seen little girls and little guys, you know, come up to the podium after they have won, and they carry themselves like little adults. So it's our privilege to partner with Lance in anything he's doing to help this world and to share that love. And so don't forget, partner with us, and we'd appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Annabel, and I will be helping the wolves spread love around the world one note at a time and support saving animals.
Folks, again, Bob Lowery from Bobby Watson's Carteret County Speedway, the world's nicest short track. And you know what makes that possible? The great sponsors such as Solid Rock Carriers out of LaGrange, North Carolina, and how he sponsors not only this track but other tracks along with drivers. They make it possible for drivers who may not have a whole lot of money to be a part of something they love to do. Also the Islander Hotel and Resort, just to name a few, and along with Team Chevrolet. If you need a Chevrolet, make sure you join the team at Team Chevrolet. All them sponsors help us bring racing to you at the highest level we possibly can.
Hi, my name's Susan Seeley and I'm here with
Give me Odum with Odum's Motorsports.
Hi, I'm Susan Seeley and I'm here with Summer Sullivan. Hi, I'm Susan Seeley and I'm here with Alexis Steffan. Hi, I'm Susan Seeley and I'm here with Mylah. Hi, I'm Susan Seeley and I'm here with
Adam Mattice with the Mattice Motorsports. I drive the 51.
And they're going to re-rack them?
Hi, I'm Susan Seeley and I'm here
With Blaine Mattice Motorsports, the 28 Junior Mini Cup.
Hi, I'm Susan Seeley and I'm here with Hi, I'm Susan Seeley and I'm here with
Roy Combs, driver of the number 0 Legends car.
Susan Seeley and I'm here with Carsyn Gillikin, driver of the Legend 99. Hi, I'm Susan Seeley and I'm here with
Scotty, Benford, driver of the 51 Legends car.
Hi, I'm Susan Seeley and I'm here with
Tyler Smith. I drive the 51 Street Stock. I'm sponsored by Odum's Garage and Auto Salvage and Tilly Concrete. And gonna hope for a win tonight and try to do the biggest burnout I can. But till then, we're gonna see